Right, so then basically the idea was I'd actually paid off all my debts, I'd saved up a load of money, and we were going to go on a trip. And the original plan was I'd actually spent about a month landscaping my mum's garden, just doing it up, just to make it a bit easy for her, and easier for me as well, actually, because I got bored of cutting back the weeds all the time, so I kind of gravelled that all out. So I spent about a month doing that. And then the original plan was for me and Sven, we were actually going to do a massive Euro trip on the bikes. So everything was kind of semi-organised. I won't say it's fully organised because lots of stuff we hadn't done. And oh god, I'm doing it again. And so the kind of date that we were going to leave came and passed, just because we both had stuff going on. And then it kind of started getting, it was about 2 weeks after we were meant to pass, so I decided actually, we were meant to originally get the ferry from the UK down to Santander and start off in Spain and do a big loop around the bottom of Spain and kind of back up around the other side into and ultimately get down to Rome. So the plan changed, and I actually set off before Steve. I found some volunteer work actually with a family down in the south of France, and the idea was that I would go down there for a couple of weeks, and the lady called Hillary is absolutely fantastic. The idea was I'd just go down there and then wait for Steve to catch up. Him and Andrew and Nicole would get the ferry down, and then I'd tootle on down and meet them in Santander, and we'd actually just carry on. And unfortunately Steve got given a free Scott Oiler, I believe it was, and he was going to do a review of it and so on and so forth, but he cocked something up with the wiring, and he actually burnt out the wiring loom on his ZX, and it was going to cost obviously a lot of money to get fixed, which was their budget for going, and he had other things going on as well at the time, so it ended up unfortunately that he couldn't come, which was a huge blow. And I spent about another week just pondering about what the hell I was going to do while starting it up in the south of France. And then I actually finally decided that I would continue on my own. And so I kind of planned my route out. And at the time, my girlfriend was in Tennessee on a course for a university over there. And so time-wise was a bit difficult. She didn't have a phone that worked over there. Internet was a bit sketchy. I was at the time actually pitched up in my tent on a plateau kind of just near the Millal Bridge, which is freaking cold, by the way, if you haven't heard over there. I warn you now, even in the middle of summer, just because of the altitude and the height you kind of go up on the other side, really cold. Anyway, so I managed to call her because she'd sent me an email that said along the lines of your trip sounds fantastic, you'll have to take me back to all these places you're going to. So it occurred to me, it's just like, well, why take you back? Why not just take you? So I managed to call her when her flight landed back into London, and we had a chat. I think it was about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning or something, and decided actually that what I'd do is I'd spend another week or two down in France, and then I'd come back home, and we'd actually do a road trip in the car, not on the bike, as most people seem to think I did. So I came back, dossed about for another month, and then me and the missus went on a fantastic road trip. So we went back down to the south of France, went all along the Riviera into Italy, down to Pisa, Florence, Pompeii, Naples, back up to Rome, and then a really quick flick through Switzerland. Completely screwed that up because took all the main roads and didn't really see the mountains, which in a way is a good thing, because I think I would have been utterly depressed that I wasn't on my bike. Then we came back home. That brings us up to November, just about beginning of November when I got back. Then I started looking for work, basically, because at this point I had spent a good portion of my money, and then my other half wanted to get a job as well. So I started looking for a job, and the job market at the moment is, well, if any of you are out looking for jobs, you quite well know it's a bit sucky, to say the least. So spent a little while trying to find some work, and to be honest, all the kind of jobs that were out there that I could do really didn't pay very well, and with the kind of jobs you really didn't want to do. So I've actually just gone out now. I've gotten self-employed, and I'm just kind of working about 5 different jobs actually. They're not obviously full-time. Oh, man. So I'm just doing lots of different things for different companies, and it's yeah, all going quite cool. So it's a bit hectic. Pretty much moved in with my girlfriend now, and getting phone line installed. It's kind of like quite a new build, so it's got a phone socket in there, but never actually had it connected. So oh, there we go. Bit of air. So hopefully, yeah, so I'll have internet soon. But I did. My birthday was just not so long back, and I did post up on Twitter to say birthday resolution that I will post a vlog by the end of the month. So here it is. So yeah, so lots of things have gone on, lots of things I have to talk about, and of course I got some video footage of the 2 cruises, and also my bike trip basically down in the south of France, where I kind of went over the Pyrenees, went down to Malau Bridge and just scooted around here and there really. Actually most of the time I was just kind of doing a bit of work and having fun in the sun, actually, more than riding. It was fantastic. Yeah, so good times, bad times, sad times, and new beginnings are all on at the moment. So yeah, it's all going on. So lots of stuff that I have videos of, and of course, yeah, there's quite a few videos that of the cruises and pictures that I have that all include Steve. I don't feel it's the the kind of right time to be posting them, but I will one day, and that'll be nice as kind of going back through them all and editing them as just as a time to remember the good times. So that's pretty much it up to date. What the hell does that mean? That's pretty much up to date. And so yeah, been busy, done lots of things, been very lucky in the last year, and now it's just kind of settling back down into life, work, earning money, and then Spanish off-road trip, which I'm very sad to say that Blue Napalm isn't going to make it. Sorry mate, I did say I would drop a few points here and then just to wind you up. My bad. Another time. Okay, that's about it. No doubt there will be more to come.